Tiff, thank you so much. Well, we know how scary driving on snow and ice can be, but imagine sending your inexperienced teen driver out in those conditions. Ann Scallon is the publisher and editor of Before the Wheel. It's a great online newsletter promoting safe teen driving. Great to see you again, Ann. It's something we can expect. We can count on it. We're going to have freezing rain, we're going to have sleet, we're going to have snow, we're going to have fog over the next few months, and so we really need to be prepared and prepare our young drivers.
Definitely, definitely. And a first start on that for parents with teens is to show that you're making it a priority. The maintenance of the car, the practicing, we're all rusty, you know, not only the teens.
Yeah, and I love this list you've prepared for us to kind of get our kids ready to drive, and ourselves really, starting with maintenance. And what I love is you suggest have your teenager make the appointment, go to the appointment, even pay for it, because tires, for example, very important. You need to tune up or winterize your vehicle. You need to make sure there's a full tank when it comes to the windshield wiper fluid, and also on a daily basis you say keep the gas tank at a half full or more.
Right, right. And other things are just, you know, bring it in, make sure your mechanic takes a look at it. You may need snow tires, or you may just have to have your tires inflated. You need to check the treads, because if they're low, even if your car doesn't require snow tires, you should get new tires at this point.
Absolutely. So, best time of year probably to consider new tires,
right,
which are critical. You also say make sure that you have that brush, the scrape, and the brush in the car.
And use it. People get in a hurry and they, you know, they do some small spots, and you're driving on the road and you're like, oh my goodness, that person has no visibility. So
and
you
that's
really
a danger
have to
that you can prevent if you put a little extra time into it.
Exactly. And don't forget the mirrors and the headlights and the rear lights, so everyone knows what you're doing and can see when your lights are on and everything.
Make sure you brush or scrape those. That's a great point. You also suggest having a safety kit in each family vehicle, and here is a great list of what you suggest should be in every car. A blanket, gloves, drinking water, snacks, a flashlight, batteries, a cell phone and charger, that's the part I forget, first aid kit, small shovel, ice scrapers and brushers, jumper cables, I've needed those more than a time or two, a bottle of extra windshield wiper fluid, and then your insurance card, as well as a telephone number for roadside assistance.
Right, and a lot of people do not realize that if they're leasing a car, their dealer probably provides roadside assistance. If they have a new car, their dealer probably also provides, and most insurance companies now provide free roadside assistance.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's a great thing to point out. I'm going to take this safety kit list home, and I'm going to put this together with my kids.
Great.
So that they know what's in there. If there's an accident, especially if the driver is hurt, it's good for everybody in the car to probably know what's in the safety kit.
Exactly, and your children will see that you're making that a priority, and that's a lot about the whole attitude about winter driving. Are the parents showing that safety is a priority? We have to take extra precautions.
And speaking of those extra precautions, practice with your teenager. I love your suggestion. My parents did this with me. I grew up in the Chicago area. Go to a big empty parking lot when it's icy or snowing and let kids practice what it feels like to try to brake in a hurry or even spin the car, so you know how to adjust, things like that.
Exactly. You can do, like I said, in a parking lot, a lot of different things, empty parking lot. And, you know, we already got a late snow here over the weekend. So we want to make sure that we put it in our schedule. Even if you can get your teen out for a half an hour after dinner and start practicing, because how the brakes respond on the ice is something they're not going to be familiar with.
You got to get a feel for that.
Right.
Talk about a necessary hands-on experience. But you say, you know, practice turning, practice stopping, backing up, going forward, starting the car. The last one is to plan ahead for each trip. First of all, you say be well rested. I think that's huge for all of us as we head out, especially when conditions aren't good. It might be clear when you think about heading out and leaving your house, but what if the storm happens earlier than expected, or it's worse than expected? You kind of need a plan B.
Right, and it's good to kind of know what those predictions are, so keep up with the news, keep up with, you know, your tablet or your cell phone, and if they're saying, yes, at midnight it's supposed to start snowing, you know, what is the plan? Are you going to be staying at your friends, or are you going to leave at 11? You know, have a plan in place.
And everybody should know it. Parents should be on board with what it is. And stay focused. Don't check your gadgets, your texts. Don't converse on the cell phone. Don't be eating. Don't be drinking. Good reminders for kids and for all of us. Reduce your speed. Almost all accidents I've heard have something to do with speed and not being able to stop for conditions. Leave car lengths, several between cars, more important in the winter than ever before. And never use cruise control, you say, in the winter.
Right, because you can't, you know, you don't want to be at one speed. You have to keep adjusting to the different conditions and be alert.
That's a great point. And again, allow for longer stopping distances. If there's a winter weather advisory, you suggest something very key, and that is stay home. That is important, so make sure you stay on top of what's happening with the weather. You have a great newsletter. We're going to share the website so that people can check out more. Go to beforethewheel.com. There are great teen driver coaching strategies and how to have that conversation with your young driver. Thanks, Ann.
Thank you.
Always great to see you. Good timing, too.